The one time I don't check the mic decides not to turn on properly. As I was saying, hey there, folks. Welcome to this Tuesday Game Reviews live stream. It is middle of the night, sort of 12:30 at night on the East Coast on Friday morning, July 14th, or Thursday night, July 13th. If you're on the West Coast, only 9:30. So, yeah, thanks for stopping by. Hey, Jim, how's it going? How you doing? I wish I had a DOS game for you tonight, but unfortunately I don't. You go to bed right now? It's hey and then good night, that's it. Hey, Stu, good night, Stu. It's very nice. I guess you saw the game and you're just like, I'm out of here. Hey, Steve, how you doing? So the game we have today is called Circus Atari. Now, this is not it. What I'm showing is not Circus Atari. I'll talk about that in a second. But this is Circus Atari. Or here's the cart. This is a game which I feel like was in like almost every Atari 2600 owner's collection. Because of the word Atari in it, people bought it. I'm not really sure what the reason is, but like I feel like everybody that I knew that had an Atari 2600 or VCS had this game, but like I never remember ever playing it. And if I ever like started to play it or saw someone else play it for like a short period of time, it generally didn't last very long. It's hard and it's not huge amount of fun, but we'll come back to that in a second. But this is the game Circus Atari. What I'm showing here right now is it's based on the arcade game Circus, which was created in 1977 by Exidy. Exidy in the late 70s was a pretty big company. They did a lot of arcade games. Most of them were clones and stuff. You have Acrobats the Odyssey too. Yeah, it's a similar thing. It's the same thing basically. Well, I was gonna say, so Exidy made a bunch of stuff. A lot of them were just clones, and they did make also Death Race in '76, which was a big deal. Hey, Always Asleep, how's it going? And they made this game Circus, which was very influential. That it inspired a lot of clones and copycats, including the Circus Atari, which came out in 1980. And as far as I know, they didn't license it or anything. They said, "Oh, you Circus will make Circus Atari," and they just sort of stole it. Hey, Dorian, how's it going? Look, Atari is a circus. Am I right? So you see the cover here. It's like these clouds, like or acrobats rather, jumping around, and there's a cloud here, but there's acrobats like jumping around, and I guess like this is two crazy acrobats jumping around, either hitting balloons or jewels or something. It's it's a takeoff of Breakout, but it's really freaking hard. I've played this in the arcade, and the game did not last very long. A couple of reasons why. First of all, in Breakout you have a paddle, and you can hit the ball any place on the paddle you want. But here, you have to get the guy landing on the empty part of the seesaw. If he lands like on the wrong part of the seesaw, then like that, he's right in the middle, but it wasn't the right place, he dies. So it's very hard. And also, the physics, quote unquote, is very wonky, and they just bounce in like random directions. Like you think it's going to come down one way, and all of a sudden he bounces a completely different way, and you can't even get there fast enough. Now in the arcade, the machine comes with a spinner like an Arkanoid, or Breakout, I guess, and it's definitely better with the spinner. But so I don't have a spinner. That's a separate conversation. Maybe I'll go into it in a second, but. I'm gonna play it with the keyboard just for the purpose of showing the game, but it's impossible basically with the keyboard, but it's just as impossible in the arcade with the spinner. That's all I'm telling you, because the game is really freaking hard. And the home version, Circus Atari, is not much better, but it's a little bit better. One other note here, you see that this game is mostly in black and white, but it does have some color on the top. Anybody want to hazard a explanation of how they did the color for this game? It looks like ZX or ZX, sorry, Spectrum. While you guys are thinking about that, I'd like to get a. Yeah, it's an overlay. Oh, Jim is still here. Yeah, basically, all they did is like they put like some coloring on top of or not on top of the monitor, but like inside the cabinet. on top of the actual CRT. So it looks like it's color up there. You can tell because when the guy goes up there, he turns colors too. And this is all emulated on MAME here, so this is not like a real cabinet, obviously, but it's the same idea. And before I start playing, the last thing I was going to say is I wish there was a good spinner control available for home. They have these spinners, but they're designed to like put into like an actual arcade, like either like an X arcade thing or like an actual like arcade cabinet. And I don't like these games are with the spinners are very simple. They maybe have like a spinner, maybe one button. I don't need to put it in an arcade cabinet with like 50 other buttons in there. I just want someone to make a device which has like this big, and all it has is a spinner, maybe one or two buttons. There is apparently some guy that made something like that. Like it's something Mister something I was looking at before, but it's sold out. It costs 150 euros, which maybe I would actually spend, but it's sold out. The other thing I was looking at was the Taito Egret 2 Mini. Comes with a spinner controller, but apparently it's not full size. It doesn't work very well. Look how fast these guys are freaking moving around. Anyway, if anybody watching this, either live or after the fact, knows where I can get like just a controller with a spinner on it, like that I can hold in my hand and use as a spinner, or even put on a desk and use as a spinner. Like I have a trackball controller, like Atari made a trackball controller. I just want a freaking spinner controller, not a loose spinner that I gotta put into a board or build it myself or whatever. So if anybody knows how to get that, please let me know. But without further ado, let's try to do this here. Jim says, my best acquisition last year was hardware I've seeked nearly 4 decades. Pattern controllers for PC. Oh, that's interesting. They make that? What is it used for? Because I have these paddle controllers here that I'm going to use in a minute. These are just Atari paddle controllers, but plugged in to the PC using the what's it called? The Atari adapter, I think it's called. So this is my paddle controller for the PC. But by the way, these ones I got recently, and one of them is broken. So I'm gonna play with it today, but then I'm gonna throw it out because I don't need to have controllers, and one of them is broken. Used for nothing. No game supports. I'll be the first. All right, you have fun with that. Let me move this window a little bit here. All right, there we go. All right, so let me put my headphones in. There's a little bit of, it says, by the way, the emulation of the sound, this is not perfect. Let me actually reduce. What do these spinners look like? Have you ever played like Breakout or Arkanoid in the arcade, Dorian? Because if you have, then you know what I'm talking about. It's like a circle. Sometimes there's a dot, like a place on top to put your finger in so you can turn it like a dial, but it's supposed to be, it's a rotary thing where you're supposed to turn it like this, or like this. I use to control the paddle in a paddle game. Very similar to the Atari paddles, but it's not, the actual spinner it's much smaller than the dial here. Not that much smaller, but it's a little bit smaller. And these paddles, I thought, like when I got the 2600 adapter, that these would work well with MAME, but they don't, because apparently the Atari paddle, the resolution on the paddles of the Atari is a lot lower than the typical spinner resolution for an arcade game. Ultra Racer PC was a small handheld stereo controller, pre-USB. Oh, cool. Yeah, nowadays I wouldn't buy anything like that because they do make like game port to USB adapters, but my understanding is they only work with certain types of joysticks, and something specialized like that, I would be afraid it's not going to work, and I'm not going to, like, you know, be a guinea pig, I guess, and keep buying things that don't work. Alright. So I put a credit in. Move empty side of spring wheel under mad for continued play. Pop all blue balloons for bonus jump. Oh my god, it's so freaking loud. And there's no noise when he's actually jumping. And you can't. Oh my! You see how freaking fast that was? How am I supposed to like be there and like this is tolerable? Okay. I mean, listen, I know that Breakout gets fast, but like you can really be. You see, and then again, he has to land on the right place. That didn't count. That was no good. In Breakout, that would have been totally fine. And if and if you miss the very end of the thing, you also lose. So it's like, you know, that makes sense, obviously, but like, who are these psychotic? Oh my god, look at this. Who are these guys? It's so hard from my experience. Like I don't want to pause this, but maybe I'll stop talking until I die. Also, by the way, if you don't get them quite on the edge, they don't go up high enough to hit the balloons. So that was I was just screwed in that one. I couldn't even get them on the thing no matter what I did. So you have to get them like close enough to the edge to actually go up to hit the balloons. Because that time you didn't see they're not going up high enough because they're not close enough. So it's a very, very specific spot. Basically, you got to get them on. Ugh, and the problem is the reason I'm so bad at this game is because my instincts are completely for like Breakout and Arkanoid. So if I try to get in the zone and just like tune everything out and move the thing, the paddle to hit the ball, which is the guy, then if I try to do that, I end up losing because the guy's going in the middle of the seesaw and not at the end of the seesaw. It's very hard to get on the end of the seesaw. Always because the physics are true to life. I used to do this for a living. Yeah, sure. I want to get like one decent. Oh my god, I suck. I suck so bad. Ah. And then as soon as you actually get him up there, then it starts going at the speed of freaking light, and then you can't get him anymore. Seriously, is anybody good at this game? I'm sure there's some like freaking like who's in like Twin Galaxies or something, but like, is any normal person good at this game? This is like honestly one of the hardest arcade games I've ever played. To me, it's like harder than any classic arcade game I can think of. I wish you could kill these guys. This is called Circus, Dorian. Crack 5,000 points. Look, what was it supposed to do there? Play the paddle controller, it's a lot easier. I don't think it is. I don't think it's... I'm telling you, first of all, I played the arcade and it's not easier. If you want to play this with a paddle controller or the mouse, but I don't think it's going to help. Let's see. I'm not sure if it's connected properly. Let's see. Oh god, I'm telling you, the paddle controller is not. The Atari paddle controller does not work well for me, and that's the problem because the resolution isn't high enough. Maybe if I had your what's it called your IBM paddle controller, then maybe I could do it. Let's try that again though. But literally, I can barely even move the guy now. He's not even going like all the way across the board. That's as far left as he goes. It's not. Yeah, the range of motion of the Atari paddle controller is not sufficient to play the game. You can adjust it to some extent, but it just. I spent a bunch of time troubleshooting that like years ago, and basically the answer was, don't use Atari paddle controllers to play the game. Whoa! What score did you want me to crack? 5,000? That was like not bad because he got stuck up in between those two things. We gotta get him up there. Ah! See, Jim, it's not about paddle. It's not about like precision. It's about reaction time at that point. I don't know if I mean it is partially about the control, but my reaction time is not sufficient to get these guys when they come down at the speed of freaking light. I don't even know what controls the speed. Oh my god, that was like the best one I did so far. I have 1470. Oh, oops. Or at least hit something. Holy cow. Is he gonna fall down and kill himself? He didn't fall quite yet. Uh. That was the best I've done. What advantage did you get trackball since 1989? It was an arcade-friendly controller at my fingertips. What do you mean? I can use a trackball, but this is not a trackball game. It's supposed to be a spinner. It's a Circus, also a game called Atari Circus. Well, this is the regular. This is the arcade version of Circus right now that I'm playing. Before I get to it, Circus Atari. I've been challenged by Always Asleep to get 5,000 points, which we know is not going to happen, but it was an arbitrary challenge, so. A track will let me go like this, like. It's not the right device. I guess for you it probably would work, but not for me. Ah. Damn. Like, that's the problem I keep having is them going in the middle of the thing. You gotta really be precise. Damn. Use a Sega Activator controller for maximum success. Gamers Grotto, this arcade version is definitely not included because this is not made by Atari. Atari basically ripped this off, is my understanding. So the VCS version, I don't think is licensed at all. I think they just sort of stole it. This guy, freaking like, freaks of nature. So I got 400 points. I guess the blue ones must be worth a lot. Oh man. I guess the blue ones must be worth a lot more than the yellow ones. I gotta like just look at this at the bottom and not look at the top at all. It's my only chance here. I'll try a couple more times. I broke 2,000. Let's see if I can do that again. Ugh, damn. Yeah, I should be using a joystick, not a keyboard. I will admit that. You look at 3 guys. How did I get so many points last time? Because it bounced in between those 2 rows up there. Is that why? That was a gimme. I should have been dead. Oh, you see, there's sometimes when you're just screwed, there's nothing you can do. You don't think it plays with a keyboard. Alright, well, you want to try trackball? Want to try this? See if it'll work? I'll try it if you want. The problem is, it's like there's trackball mode and joystick mode and all this other crap, and like I'm not sure if I want to deal with it right now. I'm just gonna play a little more with the keyboard, and then like I'll go with the Atari version, which has the paddles. Hey, hey, Hopster Key, how's it going, man? Come on, stupid clowns. Send in the clowns. Where are the clowns? They're busy jumping on balloons or doing the fuck they're doing. I don't know. Why does sometimes you jump from the high trapeze, sometimes the low trapeze? Like, make up your mind, dude. Oh my god. Jim, I want to see you play this game and do better than me, since you have all these tips and tricks. Oh, shit. I think you're right about the controls. What are those things? Well, it's bounced on that guy's head. I don't know. I think they're either balloons or precious jewels. I'm going to say balloons because I don't know why precious jewels would be floating in the sky. Come on. Fuck. Brains. All right. Last time, then I'm going to move to the Atari game. All right, maybe not last time. One more time after this. That didn't count. I'll just kill myself. Being surprisingly well at keyboard without setting the donuts of the baseball bat. what do you... I don't think, like, I don't think, this trackball's gonna do very well either. Or the joystick. I mean, actually the mouse. Mouse could work too, theoretically. Although, it's not set up, obviously, right now. Oh, this is nice. Oh, damn. That was good. So I could like, not continue a little bit here. Not die right away. Didn't hit anything, dumb shit. Oh, I've hit something. Ah! Fuck! I guess I cleared the whole yellow thing, so I got a bonus. That's what that was for. I can't even clear the thing, Frank! Alright, forget this. Let's try with it. Since Jim keeps saying about the paddle, let's play the actual Atari game, which supports these paddles really well. I'm gonna put this aside for a minute and open up the game that actually we're talking about here, which is Circus Atari. I wrote it on Stella. Hopefully nobody here gets like seizures or anything like that. There we go. So it's a similar game, but you know the graphics may not be quite as good. Not. Whoa! What just happened? Hey. Whoa! What the? Hold on a second. My mouse just had a seizure of some kind. Ah, shit. Hold on a second. Oh, no. Let me close this. Close this. Sorry, guys. Hold on a second. Okay, could you not do that again? Just I always found the Atari version way harder than the arcade. The arcade version is a slower ramp up. Look how fast those balloons are going. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, so one thing about the Atari version that's different is you can change the orientation of your cart like this. You can switch it back and forth. Sometimes you have to. I still have the same problem with it not landing in the center of the board. And that time when I did, well, come on, that was cheap. I get more guys at Atari also, more lives. Because I only got 3 lives in the arcade. I think you get 5 on the Atari. I mean, I think the Atari version is easier, sort of, but you see that the game ended very quickly. The nice thing about the Atari is there's lots of different modes also, but let's do that again. So Gamers Grotto, this might be in your... See, I tried to switch it, but I still missed them. This might be your collection, Gamers Grotto, that you're playing, the Atari 50. It's hard. I was saying before, like, I feel like every single person who ever owned the Atari had this game, but nobody ever played it. Because it's fucking hard. Why are your characters' head get longer than the crowd? I didn't notice that. Let me look again. Oh, I guess he splatted himself on the floor. Yeah, that's funny, actually. It's like practice makes perfect. I always found this game to be not only hard, but also not that much fun. It's like an interesting combination of hard and not fun. Definitely more control with the paddle. But also, the physics are better in this game. He's not bouncing off in some crazy direction, and it's not speeding up to like 1,000 miles an hour. Do you notice like that too? Like, I think I'm dead, but like in the other game, he was bouncing like a freaking like lunatic, and also speeding up and shooting down like a meteor. This one, it's like bonk, bonk. So like, if you miss, it's more like it's your own fault. That's why I don't think the Atari version is harder. Both challenging and fun was on the box. I don't know what it says on the box. These Atari, like these boxes were shitty if you think about it. Like, it says like the name of the game. On the back, it's like, here's the warranty, and use paddles, and basically like there's no screenshots to tell you anything about the game really. So if you don't know what it is, like you're just buying it completely blind. And I think that's what people did. They're like, ooh, Circus Atari, that sounds interesting. I'll buy that. And then they got it. They're like, what the hell is this? Well, you can play 2 players as well, but I think not at the same time. And I don't know, my player 2 is away in sleepaway camp. That was my fault. See, I'm getting better. Looks so release a clouder's natural habitat. It's funny. We gotta get that yellow one that's like floating around there. Oh, I missed it. There it is. Actually, it makes it harder when that's there, those yellows, because then it comes down faster. I didn't realize that. Definitely feel like I have more control, though. So usually how the sprite just sort of... The seesaw doesn't actually go up and down. It just... The sprite also just switches around. Like, unlike the arcade, there was a little more animation. But... Oh, come on. That was bullshit. But the difference in this one is that there's actually color. Alright, let's try this again. See if I can get 500 points. Come on, man. Let's restart that. I know why sometimes it seems like it clips right through the board. That's crap. It should be a little more forgiving. That was my fault. I forgot. I gotta get it on the edge. See that? Someone should go back and look at that. It's like, I mean, I guess it missed by like a millimeter or something. That shouldn't have been a miss. Oh, nice. Ah. Can I get to 500? I don't think I can, but I'm trying. Like, what's considered a good score in this game? I bet you go to Twin Galaxies, some guy's like 500 million or something. Oh, there we go. Got to 500. They'll do pretty well. What do you guys think? Speak too soon. So that's game one. What's everyone's favorite paddle game for any platform? I think mine is probably Arkanoid in the arcade. If you consider that that's a spinner game, really. If that counts. If you want to say straight up paddles, then I guess it'll be something different. Maybe even Pong. All right, let's try game two. This game. Hold on a second. That wasn't game two. That was 2 players on game one. Game two. Difficulty B. 106,111. Jeez. Thanks, Steve. Thanks for making me feel like shit. I appreciate it, man. All right, so this is game two. The only difference is there's some extra things that like get in your way and don't help you when you hit them. I guess it could help if they get trapped on top of them. I think it went through just that time. Oh, I forgot I gotta switch the stupid thing around. It's going through them, it looks like half the time. That time it helped. I tried to switch it around, but I was too late. Come on, man. He keeps on just barely missing. Like, help me out here, dude. Like, at least like try to land on the thing. That was 300 points. Try that again. Anybody else have a favorite paddle game that Jim was asking? Come on, that's again. I'm looking at the replay. I can see like the replay. I'm a little bit behind on Twitch. I watched them on their monitor, and I can see like how close. That time it was a little bit further away, but like sometimes these are very cheap, and you have to hit it right on the end, or it doesn't go high enough. So given that that's the case, it should be a little more forgiving, and it's not. That's what I think is real bullshit about this game. Again. Maybe I missed him by like I think his dick hit it or something. Like I mean, like I should have a little bit of credit for that. My favorite part of missing this version isn't the splat or the crushed head or your lab stats, the legs twitching and flailing. I didn't even notice that either. I'll look for this next time. Oh, and the arms too. But yeah, it's in my opinion, it's just a little bit too unforgiving. This death twitches, the life leaves your body. Yeah, exactly. Dorian, you should do voice acting for this game. I'm curious to hear how that would go. Come on, man. Oh, somebody on Twitch is talking to me, and I didn't see it. I mean, I'm not sure even I'd be there anymore, but Evac JM De La Rosa. Hey, what's up? By the way, I was lurking around and came across your stream. Maybe I can help you with Twitch custom graphics even more. Oh, it's an ad. Thanks very much. I appreciate the ad. Sheesh. I don't even have Twitch custom graphics. Voice actor for this game. game, says Jim. That's a good, like, ah! Well, Dorian, in your English accent, my head exploded part would probably be entertaining. I gotta like play this game more intelligently. Like, you gotta install those black bouncing things of the whole game, the whole field of play. Hey, pal, honk honk. Well, that was good. Well, they gave me that was a gimme there. He could have been dead that time, but then they made it up for it with that one. Literally, like he was on the vote. It's just like they're just being really cheap. That was my fault. I'll take responsibility if it was my fault, but it's usually not, to be honest. That was sort of my fault. Come on! Alright, I want to get 500 points on this mode one time. If I die without getting even any points at all, I just restarted it. Come on. I like all these people's interpretation of the voice acting on this game. But like, you think he's doing this for fun, apparently. Like, these guys are jumping around and doing this. Nobody's forcing him. Nobody's like going like, hey, get out there and jump around, otherwise kill you. Like, he's going out there on his own volition, apparently. So I wouldn't even go, I'd probably go like, yeah, I can't wait to die, it's so much fun. Yeah, my last will and testament. Like, Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come. Seems like they must want to die, is what I'm saying. Tell my bastard children I have the knife throwing lady. Probably like the fat lady. All right, what was it? 500 points. So I just have to do decently for a little bit here. Get a few points, maybe, or maybe not. Oh, just need 3 points. Come on, 3 points to get my meager goal. Yay! All right, good. Let's try mode 3. We don't know that. Can you force her to form an evil sadistic ringmaster and parents? Yeah, it could be. Maybe it's like some kind of Robin thing. So this is what I think is breakthrough. And you'll see what that is in a second. If I can actually get through. Yeah, so they go through the bricks. It's probably easier, I would think. Although it doesn't really bounce inside them either like it did before. So maybe it's not. There's pros and cons, I'm guessing. I got 200 points there. So I'm curious if anybody else plays this game or ever played this game, and if so, like, how do you think I'm doing? Compared, like, Jim, you've played this game. Am I doing okay, or like, am I doing like shit and like you would do 100 times better than this? And if you're watching this after the fact, feel free to leave comments. Let me know, but don't tell me your score if you're like the Twin Galaxies guy. I want to know like average, honest game player, not like some guy who spent his whole life just trying to get the high score in this game. I can't believe we give this game a plot. I'm doing okay? So, okay, but not good, is what you're saying. What do I have to do in order to do good, Jim? To get the Jim seal of approval? Oh, yeah, definitely not being totally pathetic. You see, you got to get them on the edge of the thing, or they don't go high enough to hit anything. And then, if you miss, then you die. Like, that's It's like very risk and reward type thing here. I mean, it's not really risk and reward. It's like risk or don't play. It's not like I get points for like keeping them up at all if I don't hit any balloons. Damn. But John, if we don't forward side show, our parents are goners for sure. Trying to find the high score. Well, somebody else posted before that game one, somebody got like 122,000 or something. So I'm just trying to get 500 points in each mode. I think it's a reasonable. I wanted someone to like clip these things and like let's look at the replays and see if like these are actually going through the board or what, because in some of these cases it really seems like it's going through the board. But I definitely think this is one of the hardest. Well, Dorian, this one here is not playing arcade anymore. I'm playing Circus Atari. There's no quarters, but this is definitely the hardest. Like, this is definitely the hardest breakout clone that I've ever played, just because of the fact that you have to be so precise where you hit it on the paddle. Like usually, if you're not so precise, you don't maybe do as well, but you still can play. This game, literally, if you don't hit it in the right place, you accomplish nothing. Or you die. There, like, case in point. So you really got to know what you're doing. Crap, seriously, that is not fair. He should stick out his freaking arms and catch the fucking end of the board. You're still gonna flail your damn arms, but you can't catch a board that's like 2 inches away from you. Shit. That was close. Oh, I changed direction because I hit that thing. Time moves slower the younger you are. I remember playing 27 hours of Frostbite. Come on, in about 3 hours. That doesn't make logical sense. I was just reading an article about some guy who like had the high score in like some arcade game. He played for like I don't know how many hours, and then somebody asked him like, "What's your secret?" So I got over 500. What's your secret? How do you do so well in the arcade? He's like, "Well, I have 3 kidneys, and I don't have to go to the bathroom that often." And they're like, well, "Okay, that's not that's not very fair." What's that noise? What the hell happened? I don't know what just happened, but my score went up quite a bit. 835. I really read that article, Jim, but it may not have been true. The instructions in the manual for the Coco version Clouds was written in Poe. Oh, cool. I have, where is it? Do I have it here? I probably have it somewhere. The problem is I have too much stuff and I don't really. I never can ever find anything when I want to find it. I have Clouds and Balloons and not the Coco version. I have the Atari 8-bit, I think. I wonder if it's the same thing. You can sell extra kidney when he loses his job because he's playing video games all day. Papago said the only way to actually kill a Cloud's drive a silver corn dog stick through its heart. Come on. Alright, well that was... Am I still alive? Oh, I'm still alive. I still have one more guy. I thought I was dead. Damn! I almost got 1,000 points. Alright, that would be nice if I could get that 0 turned to a 1 one of these times. But let's try the next mode, mode 4, which is the breakthrough, but it also has those annoying things on the bottom. It's a combination of those two. There's definitely like, that was a mistake. There's definitely like a thing though, you get the hang of it after playing, for a long enough period of time. You get better. At least it works like that for me. Whenever I go bowling, the first 2 games I suck it up big time. The third game I start to actually play decently. Because like the muscle memory starts to come back. That sucks. See how he sort of clips through those platforms half the time. There's definitely like the physics of this. The physics of this game is definitely broken. No question about it. I mean, listen, the game I think is like 2K of ROM. It's either 2K or 4K, so obviously they didn't have like a proper physics engine. So you can't like really blame it. I mean, like, for what it is, like, it captures the arcade pretty well. I mean, the arcade was very simplistic, and it was from 1977, very early arcade game. But I mean, this does the job. If you love Circus and you want to play a home version, I think this does the job. Even though it sucks, but the arcade version also sucked. So it's, you know, it's sort of a trade-off there. Oh, that was lucky. Stand corrected. There have been about 100 cases of 3 kidney pools. You're looking into that? I'm telling you, I read an article. I don't remember which game it was or who the guy was, but I very clearly remember reading that a while ago. If I read an article that's really bizarre, I tend to remember it. Oh, I got 1 box of each thing. That was nice. Dude was probably lying. Yeah, he may have been lying. I pressed the button to turn it. Somehow it didn't rotate at that time. Come on! It was so close. Almost every time I die, it's because of that shit. And again, if you don't do it right at the edge, he doesn't go high enough to hit anything. I thought it was my fault. I'd love to get 1,000 points, but it's not happening. Oh, it did happen. Yay. My last guy. Just futilely bouncing around here. I survived that one. Yes, 1502. If I didn't look at the score, I probably would have gotten a little better because I kept looking at the score to see like where I was going with that. 1500. That's pretty good. All right, Jim. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Have a good night, man. Alright, well, that was good. Alright, so there's 2 more modes that I want to try. The last 2 are only two player, but we got mode 5. I don't even know what the difference. What is mode 5? I think the way mode 5 and 6 work these are probably really hard. It doesn't clear the board unless you clear every single row. The other ones it clears like yellow, blue, and red individually. This one you have to get everything, so it's probably impossible. But let's see. That was nice. Oops. Kidney's the clown. I definitely feel like to some extent I've gotten in the zone. But when I talk, I keep losing. I gotta, like, not talk. Most games I can talk, but this game is, like, exceptionally difficult. Oh, come on. Yeah, really hard to hit them because there's like it's like only in one specific spot that you get up there. This is like, you know, you play Breakout and it's happening at the end. That sucked. Let's try this again. I want to at least get 500 points. Try it again. What? That's crap. That is crap. That's bullshit. I really want to know in the comment section, people, like, if you're watching this after the fact, let me know if I'm complaining for no reason or if I'm right that it's bullshit. And they keep going through my thing. That time was my fault because I didn't have the right side of the seesaw. But I'm talking about all the other times that happened. Damn, I'm playing terribly now. In this game, you get points even if you don't hit the balloon, just for hitting the thing, which I think is fair. You should get points just for hitting the guy because it's kind of hard to hit him. Am I accusing the collision detection of being funny? Oh, I'm accusing the collision detection of being shit. There's a difference between funny and shit. Occasionally it works in my favor, but most of the time it doesn't. There's a couple of times I should have been dead and it's like I got saved miraculously, but usually it's the other way around. Like, that was a good example. He went through me. Come on. Can I clear this thing even once? Probably not. It's so hard to hit it. Come on! That's crap! I am certain that this collision detection is a problem. And that was my fault, sort of, but it was a bad, weird bounce. But, like, I am sure that this collision detection is a problem. Maybe I'm getting tired now or something. I think the emulator is starting to do some weird things too. Drop some frames and stuff like that. It's getting a little bit jerky. The only way to do this is to get lucky and like slip it in like that, but much better than that. What's with the Hong Kong? You guys keep saying Hong Kong. Is that a clown joke? You guys ever go to the circus when you were kids? I remember when I was a kid, my grandparents took me to the circus, like the Wrigley Brothers Circus, and this like elephant came out like to do his thing, and he took like a huge dump all over the floor. Always Asleep joined Twitch just to make a joke. So thank you, Always Asleep. No, Jim said it before too, I thought. And Always Asleep said it too. But oh yeah, so this elephant took a dump like all over the floor, like this huge massive dump, like, you know, multiple turds, and each of them were gigantic. So this guy quickly came out from like backstage to clean it up, and as he was like sweeping up with like a big brush all this crap that the elephant had made on the floor, the elephant like took a piss like all over this guy, like it was like a huge shower basically that this guy got caught in because he was standing right by the elephant cleaning up the crap. And I just remember as a kid, that was by far the best part of the circus. I could give a crap about the clowns and the lions and the motorcycle show that you're talking about. That was cool, I agree. But for me, the guy getting peed on, that was the only thing I actually cared about. Oh god, I suck. Come on, man. Can you actually clear all these fucking bricks? Maybe? Oh my god, one more. Ah! Oh, that didn't do act. Come on, it's my last guy. Oh, man! No! Fuck! How do you miss it? That, like, it was so close. Come on. Again, he was right there. You blew it. The motorcycle thing in the ball is sort of cool. But you're right, I think the people don't like clouds as much anymore. It used to be like the trapeze and stuff was cool, but I don't know. The other thing is, even like before even my time, you go to the circus, they'd be like a midway with like, you know, carnival games, stuff like that. They don't really have that anymore. Even when I was a kid, they didn't have that. I would be annoying wishing I was home playing Nintendo. That's funny. Is that really what happened? That's pretty funny. No, I remember wanting to go to like the Wrigley Brothers Circus because there were ads for an older TV and they made it seem like really exciting. But they also had the Big Apple Circus, which was like the ghetto circus. Excuse me, I shouldn't use that word. I know it's offensive, I apologize. Did you guys ever hear the joke? I shouldn't tell this joke, but the joke with the elephant. Stop me if you've heard this joke. This guy goes to like a circus, like one of the old style circuses, where there was like the tents and the midway or whatever, and he sees this tent, and there's a big line outside the tent, and he asks like someone, "What's this line about?" You know. So they say, "Oh, it's this game that we set up here." I can try to tell a joke and play at the same time, but it's this game we set up here, and you pay $1 to get in, and inside the tent there's an elephant. And if you can make the elephant laugh, then you get like the whole pot and everybody's paid. So this guy's like, all right, I'll try that. So he waits in line, he pays his $1, he goes in the tent, and then like everybody outside the tent all of a sudden hears like the elephant's like laughing hysterically. And so the guy comes out, he's like, okay, I win, give me my money. He's like, alright, so they pay him his money, and he leaves. The next week, the guy comes back to the same place, and he sees the same tent, the same line, and he goes to the front of the line and says, is this the thing where, you gotta make the elephant laugh? And the guy says, oh my god, it's you, you're the one that made the elephant laugh like a week ago. The elephant, like, still hasn't stopped laughing. He's been laughing this entire time. So now we have a different game. You pay $1 to get in, and if you can make the elephant cry, then you get the entire pot. So the guy's like, all right, I'll do that. So he pays his $1, waits online, he goes in, and then all of a sudden everyone hears like, yes, finally. Everybody 500. Everyone hears the elephant like crying hysterically. So the guy comes out and he's like, all right, give me my money. So they go, all right, here's your money, but like you can't leave. You gotta tell us first. What did you do to make the elephant laugh? And what did you do to make the elephant cry? So he says, well, the first time I told him my package is bigger than his, and the second time I showed him. That's a joke. I tried to keep it a little bit slightly clean, but I'm waiting for some raucous laughter. If I don't get it, I'll be very disappointed. Always asleep. Did you really know that? If you did, you know me too well, I guess. That's funny. Oh, come on. I suck. I mean, I cleared it one time. That's probably more than I'm ever going to get to do again, but I haven't completely given up hope yet. Alright. Let's try the last mode. The poor elephant self-esteem is fairly destroyed. Yeah, that's true. Alright, so this is, I think, the same, except it has those barriers. So it'll get even harder, probably. Come on, man. Stop with that crap. Like, literally, this is so unfair how it clips through. He works at a circus, being well hung is his only source of pride. That's funny. That's really funny, actually. I was playing the arcade version before, Johnny. And I agree, it was harder. One more time. I think this is like the most anybody's ever played this game. Not going for a high score. But look, it's so fucking cheap how he keeps going through the end of the board. I think I'm way better at this game right this second than I ever thought I would be at this game. I never had the patience to play this for more than 5 minutes. Come on, stop getting against the fucking wall. Oh my god. suck. Talking to myself now. That was my fault. I didn't think it was coming down so fast. How much does Atari cards are released? I don't know. My guess is probably like $20. Would be my guess. I mean, they didn't pay for the license, so it shouldn't be more than that. All right, I think I'm sort of what's hacking is the fulcrum. That's a good question. I think it's the elephant's junk. I think I'm getting like tired. I'm losing patience because I was much more in the zone before than I am now. Now I'm just like telling dumb jokes or whatever. Alright, let's focus, Stu. Focus. Focus. Get 1 point. 1 point. One lousy freaking bull. This game is so unfair, honestly. It's such a poorly designed game. It's possible to do okay at it, but it's really way too much luck. Imagine paying that $80 for a game that cheats. Paying what? An elephant's junk? Oh, you paid the $20. Yeah, I would be really upset if I laid out $20 for this piece of shit. I'm telling you, when I was a kid, everybody I knew who had an Atari had this game. And I didn't have an Atari, by the way. I didn't need an Atari because everybody else I knew had one. I went to their house and played Atari. I played TRS-80. But anyway, the point is, everybody had this game, but nobody ever freaking played it. Like, if it was a choice between this and Pitfall, who would play this, ever? Alright. That's about my tolerance level right there. Where I went through it again. So this is Circus Atari, again based on Circus by Exidy from the arcade. It's, you know, I didn't even buy this game actually. Like, I just, you know, I got it for free when I bought something else, I think. Otherwise I might not have bought it. But it is a classic game for the Atari 2600, so I definitely wanted at least. Played a little bit on the channel. It's been an hour. I think it's probably about time to call it a stream. So, thanks everyone for being here. I'll thank you guys all individually in a second, but if you're watching this after the fact, make sure you subscribe to the channel. So nobody hit like on this video at all. It's 0 likes, so maybe give me 1 freaking like or something. And leave a comment. Let me know what you think of this game. If you had it as a kid, if you played it recently or whatever, let me know what you think. I'm curious about your thoughts, if it's the same as mine or different than mine. I got 3 likes now. Thank you guys. So thank you to Jim Leonard, Steve Rasmussen, Always Asleep, Dorian Cairn, Hopster Key was here before. Thank you to Palpuck, and thank you to Johnny Bond. I almost forgot you. So thanks, guys, and yeah, we'll do this again hopefully tomorrow. Not so late though tomorrow. Probably much earlier in the day. I don't know what yet. I'm going to stream. Oh, and if anybody knows a good solution for me to get a spinner controller, let me know what that is. Thank you, Dorian. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Always Asleep. Hong Kong to all you as well. And peace out. Have a good night, everybody.